I wrote the book Power Handicapping back in the late 1990s. It was about 150-page book, and surprisingly, at least surprising to me, it became a really, really good seller really quickly. Largely, perhaps, because we've got very good reviews, very good rating from PRN. I subtitled it A Guide for the Aspiring Pro. And that's exactly what it was. It was a very, very realistic look at what it takes to make money at this game. It covered a lot of territory from psychology to systems to actual creation of our patented Power Plus ratings. And again, it's been popular for years to this day. And we finally said, well, it's time. Let's put this thing on software. It took a while because we had a lot of formulations to do. But as it stands today, and it took us about 3.5 months to do this, we've come up with a very, very solid handicapping selection program that mimics very closely the original Power Handicapping book. Um, one thing about Power Handicapping, one of the things that folks really, really liked, again, was that there wasn't any pie in the sky stuff. It told you basically what you have to be prepared for to really make it to this game. You know, with it being the ability to handle bad times and as well as to moderate the good times because you know they're not going to last and just take advantage of your streaks. And again, there are several also methodologies in their systems, and that's what we included in the software. Basically, the screen, the basic screen. And again, what we've done lately in our most recent software is we've got a message down here that says bonus higher percentage win bet situation. When this message comes up, that means that this particular horse that the Power Handicapping software picks has this particular type of horse has shown a positive ROI over the long run. So you know by betting this horse when this message has come up that over the long run you're going to come out with a profit. We call it again. We say it's a very well balanced, which it is. It contains so many different factors. Just a couple: brisk speed, regular speed, early speed, query speed points, jockey trainer averages, and the Power Plus ratings. Again, that are all included in the software. The software did very well at all class levels, whether it's maiden races, allowance races, claiming races, stakes races, it did very well. It did do better in sprints, about a 4% better overall win rate, higher than in routes. But that's obvious since sprints, there's so much less that can go wrong with. They're always more predictable. One of the things we're doing now, though, is we're taking a very, very close look at how a program does in different odds categories. And with Power Handicapping, we found that the best overall profits were in the 7-2 to 5-1 range and in the 10-1, 15-1 range. So what we show here is average plays per week, per track, and then we take the average, we take a look at how horses in particular odds range. In the 15-1 odds range, you can see the hit rate was only 16%, which is actually pretty high for 15-1, and a 49% ROI. Then in the 10-1 rate, we ended up with a 55% ROI. Again, a lower hit rate, 14%, but there's some just really, really nice big prices in here. Here's a more modest profit in the 7-2. It's actually 3-1, 7-2 range for 18%. So in those ranges, it did well everywhere, but it did best in these particular price ranges. It was a little weak in the 6-1, 9-1 range. And again, we're talking about morning line here. That's how we do the studies with morning line. And one thing that still seems to be keeping up, and again, we don't have a huge sample on this yet, but horses at 4-5 and even money, 4-5 and even money morning line, playing to win, we hit about 60% plus win rate with these horses, and an overall ROI of about 11%, which is pretty darn good when you're betting horses that you have to have over a 50% win rate to in order to make a profit. And again, we do get some really, really good prices with this program. Here's a $27, $28. Again, that's not going to be the majority of them, obviously. But one thing about power handicapping, you do get a lot of horses in the $7 to $15 range, what we call the meat and potatoes horses for the handicapper. Here's a $9 winner. Here's another. Here's a 1580 winner, not uncommon, but again, most of the prices in this program, it doesn't pick a heck of a lot of favorites, but most of the prices are between 2 to 1 and 8 to 1. And again, you get a lot of them. You especially get a lot in the 3 to 1 to 7 to 2 range. Also, we've expanded the snapshot feature. As we told you in our last video, we've got this new, you just hit snapshot up here, and you can take a look, much more thorough look at any horse. And what we've added, well, we've always had the day since last race, last 3 finished positions, lengths beaten. But we added this power rankings, we call them, and we have 10 different categories that one's the class level, late speed, early speed, jockey trainer, win percentages, second speed back, first speed back, etc. And it'll tell you how the horse in this race ranked in all those categories. So just looking at this alone, if you want to, get an idea who might be good in the exotics, or again, how solid the horses it picks are, if you see a horse that finishes prominently against the others in these categories, you probably got a pretty good overall prospect to at least hit the board. Also, we have, this horse is called named Breaking the Rules. And again, it's kind of a stakes horse, but very, very, very seldom does a horse with these kind of figures not at least hit the board. So again, that's a really, really a nice new feature. You'll find that from the consistency standpoint, in the money standpoint, and price horses as well, that this program will give you all of those. So again, it's very, very consistent, high win rate overall, 36%, on the board, 81%. You'll have very, very few runouts. They're just not long runouts with this program. And again, we've been using this for over 25 years, refining it along the way. So take a look at it. It's $128 for the software, and again, you can make 3 payments if you'd like. But this is a program I think you'd really, really, really like for the consistency. And if you have any questions whatsoever, just give us a call, 1-800-696-0067. Thank you.